Hello. Hi there. Good morning, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this. How are you? My name is Kayla Jean, and you have reached The Essentials, where we talk about literally everything that you essentially need to be successful in life. That's how we came up with the name. If you were ever wondering how we came up with The Essentials with Charlotte and Kayla Jean, which is the name of the YouTube page. So I've been doing these alignment sessions for a while now, and I'm just thoroughly getting so much out of them. And today we are going to talk about what energies we need in order to hold on, I forgot what the topic was. Give me 1 second. That's so bad. That's so bad. Feeling confident in your abilities. Y'all see I'm human, right? So I know I need this at this time, and I'm thinking that maybe there are some other people who could really benefit from this. So I've already done the shuffling. As I mention in every video, there is an alignment video called What is an Alignment Video, and you can actually watch that one, and that shows you how I shuffle the cards and everything. I use the Matt Kahn Mantra Healing deck, and sometimes I read the descriptions in it because it's so relevant to what I'm talking about, and it all just really aligns. So today, when I was shuffling the cards, I talked about, or I asked, what energies did we need to support, like the people who were coming to this YouTube video, or, on whatever platform I'm posting these. What do we need what energies do we need to support us in feeling confident in our abilities? We're at a time now where it's time to step up. It's time to do what we were called to do. And so, and I don't look at them, again, I don't look at them beforehand. I only look at them once we're getting here to this point. So I see them brand new with you guys, right? So the first thing we have to do is unhook from the past, which is of course, right? Of course. Unhooking from the past. The mantra is, there's nothing to regret when I learn from my past. So in order to feel confident, what is this saying? In order to feel confident in our abilities, we have to let go and unhook, not just let go, but unhook from the things in our past that wrecked our confidence. Because this is spiritual principle, y'all, okay? Let me school y'all real quick. What I know to be true, right, is, we're all on this journey to happiness, trying to discover happiness and all that, right? Well, the reality of it is the way to happiness is to let go of all the things that are making you unhappy, right? That's what I know to be true. Happiness is a natural state of being. It comes forth once you have let go, or all the things that are keeping you unhappy have let go of you, right? So I think it's safe to assume now that the way to be confident in our abilities is not to try and gain confidence, not to try and go and do something. It's to let go of the things that are wrecking our confidence. That could be people, places, jobs, situations, anything. Whatever you know is relevant in your life that is wrecking your confidence. It could be your own self-talk, right? It could be yourself. I know, y'all, it's been rough these last few weeks and months. And you think I ain't out here wrecking my own confidence sometimes? Feeling not good enough and coming up with all this other stuff? Yeah, y'all, me too. Hashtag me too, right? But let's say this mantra 5 times, because We absolutely have to unhook from the things that are wrecking our confidence, just so confidence can naturally come up, or we can at least get to neutral so we can start to build from there. So let's say this 5 times. There's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. There's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. There's nothing at all to regret when I learn from my past. There's nothing to regret when I learn from my past. There's nothing to regret when I learn from my past. When you unhook the past, you are able to see crucial moments of growth from fresh perspectives. This allows you to see the mistakes of your past as catalysts for development, not something you did wrong. That's important, right? Because if we think about it, we're constantly going through, I know I am, I've been beating myself up for mistakes that I've made, right? But by unhooking from even the idea of I made mistakes, right? Versus these are stepping stones along my own personal journey that I have to go through and that I'm having an experience for or an experience with, right? And so I don't have to label them as wrong. I don't have to, that protector personality part of me doesn't have to come out and save me from the mistakes I'm making if I go ahead and view them all as catalysts for development, not something I've done wrong. It's an opportunity to see how your previous actions could have been better aligned with your highest values, right? So we got to take accountability, right? And learn. Part of learning is taking accountability of what we can see now that we couldn't see before, right? When you learn today the things you didn't know before, I did not know I was going to say that, but when you learn today the things you didn't know before, you are able to meet your current circumstances with renewed clarity, so the past can be unhooked instead of repeated. This mantra is ideal for overcoming self-criticism, releasing shame, and being more open-minded. And that shame it's a big deal. I think a lot of people believe that we can shame ourselves into progression. But that's not true. You can't. You can only love yourself to progression. You can't shame yourself into progression. It doesn't work like that, right? So really it's about reframing our perspective to see what was the gift in what we experienced, allowing that answer to come forth. So that way you can see that all things work together for our highest good, right? Now, here's the thing. I know what the next card is now. And this, by understanding that everything works together for our highest good, what that does is it then turns on and amplifies the abundance that we can bring into our lives. Now, what is abundance, right? This don't mean it's going to be millions and millions of dollars, right? It could, especially depending on your life purpose, what you've set the intent for in this life, right? But it's not about getting so much money. It's about being able to have what you need in every moment. Let me give y'all an example of this, right? So last night, my dog wanted a treat, right? And I like to get him these sweet potato treats, and they're really healthy. And he only had 2 left, so I gave him 1, right? But I was like, bruh, he wanted another one an hour or 2 later. And I was like, man, if I give you this now, I won't be able to give you one in the morning, because normally he goes to pee, and then I give him a treat right after, right? So I was like, I won't have one to give you in the morning. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't give you one, right? I'm poor, I'm poor. And until I go to the store and get you more, I can't. I don't have it, right? But then when I heard myself say I'm poor, I was like, ooh, listen to that negative self-talk. I need to do something different with it, right? So I was like, all right, universe, like, change my mind. Change my mind, you know. Make me feel different, you know, whatever. So, like, I was like, I know this is not the way to go. This is not the way to feel. So I got up out of my chair and I walked into the kitchen. Then realized I have these freeze-dried green beans. And these are other healthy snacks that CJ can eat, right? So I had more treats for him. What I had already within my possession met the need that I needed to meet in that moment that was making me feel poor, right? I wasn't poor. I was actually quite abundant because everything that I had was already, or everything that I needed, I already had. I was already being provided and I didn't even know it, right? So the mantra for this, so that's abundance. Having what you need when you need it in the moment, even if you don't even fully realize that that's what is happening, okay? So let's repeat this 5 times. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Having everything that I need in any moment, whether it be knowledge, wisdom, material possessions, money, access to resources, whatever it is, abundance, having what I need available to me in that moment is my birthright. Because we are given everything that we need. And if we're not given something, it's a part of the great plan, right? So abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Now, what does that help us do? Realizing that we have abundance in every single moment, right? If we can just put ourselves into that mind frame, not that we've got hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Not that we've got all the money that we could ask for and never need for anything, but having what we need in those moments when we actually need them. Because y'all, I felt like a parent last night. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing in life to where I'm sitting here telling my child, aka my pup, that we're poor and that I can't give him a treat, right? Like I can't. What is happening right now? What has happened to my life? And I had it. I had it. Before I even spoke those words, the answer was already there. What does that do to a person? It helps them transform tragedy. It helps them transform the tragedy that they are experiencing. The mantra is, actually, hold on, before I go there, I need to read Amplifying Abundance. I'm sorry. I'm going ahead of myself because this is just so good. When you are abundant, you feel confident that life will always meet your needs. Whether things go according to plan or not. Did I not just say that? Holy cow. Abundance is not a matter of having more than enough, but seeing from the soul's perspective that only your ideas and beliefs can ever limit your experience. Abundance is a readiness to be supported by the universe in exchange for letting your light shine at full capacity. So, right? So that's the thing, right? In order, we have to, that's the effort that we have to put in. That's the work that we have to do, is shining our light at full capacity. Should we do that, everything is taken care of. And honestly, like I've seen, like when I'm not even shining my brightest, the things that I need in order to shine my brightest are provided. Then I can, and then I get, not as like a reward and punishment system, right? But when I unhook from the past and let go of the things that are wrecking my confidence. Abundance gets amplified because I am shining my light. Why? Because I'm transforming the tragedy in that moment. And the mantra for this is, loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Now that's a lesson, y'all. That's a lesson, because loss and pain have a purpose. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made, right? That I'm losing some stuff, so I'm feeling pretty freaking empty, right? And so loss is my reminder that more room is being made for greater gifts to be received, right? You got to feel that loss. You got to experience that loss. It has to let go of you. The pain has to let go of you. You have to let go of the pain. And I probably need to do a video on letting go and pain and all of that, and finding the purpose in pain. That's what it is. Finding the purpose in pain. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget it. Finding purpose in pain. Look out for that alignment session. So let's say this 5 times together. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Transforming that tragedy, y'all. When tragedy is transformed, you see that endings foreshadow the inevitable arrival of exciting new beginnings. Things go out, things come in, right? It may not feel good to lose those things that once defined you. Whew, ain't that the truth? But it's life's way of expanding your identity to invite more passion, more joy, and more synchronicity into your reality. As you transform tragedy, any degree of loss merely sets the stage for the arrival of greater gains. So you only ever lose. You know that meme where Jesus is standing there with the teddy bear, and like the child will give, if the child would just give like the little rinky-dink teddy bear that's being, loved on so much it's like torn to pieces and everything. But yet Jesus has that big old teddy bear behind his back. It's like, sometimes we don't want the big old teddy bear, right? Like, of course, like we would want that. However, we're so used to and feel so supported by the little old wrecked teddy bear that, we've been coddling or clinging on to for so long, right? It's so clung on to, we've messed it up. So if we let go of the little teddy bear, the thing that we're clinging on to, the thing that's like dirty and shabby and in pieces, and like although yes, it was a sense of security, although it was a sense of stability, although it was there for a purpose and a reason, and it brought you joy, and it brought you all these things, right? It brought you all this security, this stability, this love, this peace, right? What do you think would happen with a bigger, fresher teddy bear? As you grow, like your teddy bear can grow too, so you have more support and lean on and cuddle into that teddy bear too, right? This mantra is ideal for overcoming personal struggles, mourning the death of a loved one, and releasing regret. Now, what happens as we transform this tragedy, which gives us we integrate? Well, I'm sorry. We transform this tragedy, we amplify this abundance because, first of all, we unhooked from our past. What does this do? It helps us integrate our ego. And the mantra for this is, everything is for me, not against me. So when we're experiencing loss, when we're experiencing things that are shattering our confidence, when we're going through these these tragedies that bring us down, they shatter our confidence, right? They shatter our confidence in receiving. They shatter our confidence in trusting what does come to us, because we think that just because something comes to us that it shouldn't leave, right? We want to hold on to it. We want to, we want more of it. We want a better version of it, right? But we want it. We want that thing. But that ain't always the answer. You have to be able to ebb and flow with the ups and downs and the comings and goings of life, and realize that things only come to you because they're needed in the moment, and then they leave the moment they're no longer needed. So that means everything is for me, not against me. If something leaves my life, that is for me, not against me, right? If I no longer have possession of something, that is for me, not against me. So let's say this mantra 5 times. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. Let's see. And integrating the ego is literally the soul's journey, right? Like integrating your ego and having an ego, but a healthy one. That's the goal here. That's the goal in this life. When your ego is integrated, there are no problems to fix or questions to answer. There are, I needed that. They are just aligned responses of the soul's reality, acknowledging life as a fertile ground where greater expansion is revealed. As you integrate your ego, every moment can be seen to be conspiring for your highest evolution instead of plotting against you. So, we can either look at it like these people are against me, these people are trying to attack me, the situation is going to ruin me, or we can take a step back and get our egos out of the way, unhook from the fact that we're not confident and that we don't feel good about the situation. I see 2222 on the camera right now. We step back, we unhook from the situation, we allow the things that we need to come to support us to come in. We transform the tragedies and by realizing that loss is just bringing about more room for greater gifts to be received. And then once this abundance does get amplified, we realize that everything was against us, everything was for us and not against us, and we're able to receive elation from that, right? And so that's where the confidence comes back. So let's read. So I already read it. Sorry, I'm so excited about this message because this is what I needed as well. Okay. So this mantra is ideal for overcoming victimhood, which I've just so been in. It's crazy. Being more grateful and becoming more forgiving. And so how does this all work? We receive elation. Once we realize that everything is for us and not against us, you then naturally, and y'all, I can't make this up, because I told you what I know to be true is that it's about letting go of the things that break our confidence in ourselves, our confidence in our ability to do whatever it is we want to do, or to achieve whatever it is we're wanting to achieve, right? So then by transforming that tragedy and integrating that ego, we receive elation, and that message is, I am born of infinite joy. Just in the same way I told you happiness will naturally come up, joy, elation, all of that, same vibration. It naturally arises as we do these things, as we unhook, as we allow ourselves to receive, as we transform the tragedy, integrate the ego, we realize we're born of infinite joy, and then we are able to create from a whole new personhood. You're a different person by this point. Once you go through this and integrate the ego, this is the dark night of the soul right here. These cards right here is the dark night of the soul. This is the process, right? This is the process. This is how it's done. You don't get out of it. So let's say this 5 times. I am born of infinite joy. Babies are naturally happy. Children are naturally happy. The innocence within us is naturally happy. I am born of infinite joy. I am born of infinite joy. Ooh, I am born of infinite joy. I almost want to do a Sunday sermon right now. I am born of infinite joy. When elation is received, joy becomes your natural state of being. In elation, you are aligning with the ecstatic nature of the universe to live each moment, like this second, and this second, and this second, each moment with renewed passion and purpose. Elation helps you enjoy your human journey as it is right now, without projecting your fulfillment onto the anticipation of future pending outcomes. Because, baby, I'm always thinking about the future. I'm doing my budget 3 months, 6 months ahead. I'm preparing for any obstacles that may come my way, right? But it takes me out of the present moment, right? And elation only is in the present moment. That's the only place where it is. So elation helps you enjoy your human journey. Helps you enjoy this journey where you're going to have the confidence to do whatever it is that your purpose, your kingdom purpose is. What you came here to do, what you came here to understand and recognize within yourself and put out in the goodness that you're supposed to put out into the world. As it is right now, being content exactly as you are, not needing anything else besides what you got right here in this moment, and not projecting your fulfillment. What does that mean? Projecting your fulfillment meaning you ain't putting your happiness somewhere else, on somebody else, on something else. I'll be happy when. Right? Projecting your fulfillment onto the anticipation of future pending outcomes. I don't need this YouTube channel to take off in order for me to feel fulfilled. I'm fulfilled by doing the alignment videos. I get something out of the alignment videos. So yes, I'm doing these things for you, but I'm also doing them for me too, because these are the things that I need to know and remember and be able to come back and talk to myself and see myself and say, all right, I'm not feeling real confident in my abilities today. So what energies do I need to support me in this? Unhooking from the past. Amplifying your abundance by trusting and knowing that you have everything you need in any moment. Transforming the tragedy and understanding that loss is just making room for greater gifts to be received. And that is you integrating the ego and realizing that this is happening for you, not against you. And then you get to be elated. You get to be happy. And when you're happy, there's nothing stopping your confidence. Your confidence naturally arises. It's just there. You ain't got to build it. And then you realize the card that's on the bottom of the deck, which represents the overall energy of the read, is you're really growing beyond guilt. And you realize that all of this couldn't have happened any other way. Top of the deck creates cooperation. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. When it couldn't have happened any other way, every single person, every single place, every single situation, every single moment that came in and out of your life was all for a reason. And that reason was for you to surrender. And to realize that there is no problem. There's only destiny being revealed. There's no problems here. I needed to hear that because I'm trying my damnedest to surrender right now, right? There's no problems. There's only destiny being revealed. I hope you have a wonderful day. this has been a great alignment session for me, if nobody else. And all right, this is Kayla Jean signing off. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.